you want to be successful on Pinterest, you need to fully optimize your Pinterest account.
Are you sure?
And in today's episode, I am going to be starting what will be a 3-part series on cleaning up your Pinterest account. In the spirit of spring almost being here, we will call this our spring cleaning series. However, it doesn't matter if you're watching this YouTube episode in summer, fall, winter, spring. One thing you need to understand about Pinterest is that it is a search engine. And in order to see the best results on the platform, you need to make sure that your entire account is optimized for the search engine. So today we are going to be starting with your profile. So I'm Emily Bales. I'm a Pinterest marketing expert and coach. And for the past almost 5 years now, I've helped my students and my clients increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. And like I mentioned in today's episode, we are going to be doing the part 1. So we are going to be covering all things your Pinterest profile. So as part of looking at your profile, we are going to be covering specifically your Pinterest cover photo, your Pinterest profile picture, your Pinterest profile bio, and then also your Pinterest profile name. And did you know your profile can actually surface in search results?
Really?
And that is just one reason why it's so important to have your profile totally optimized for the search engine. Plus, when you are using the correct keywords and you have fully optimized your profile, that helps Pinterest understand who you are, what type of content you're creating, and then who to show that content to.
You're right, I know.
So then you make sure that you are connecting with the right audience on the platform, and then that's going to increase the chances of them taking action on your content. So as you can see, this is a really important part of your Pinterest strategy. And I have to be totally honest, my profile is going to be a great example today because there's actually some things I need to change and clean up on mine. So even if you have optimized it at one point in time, sometimes things change within our business and we need to go back and make some updates and tweaks. So that's why this will be so helpful for you to look at today. So in just 1 second, we are actually going to be heading over to my Pinterest account because I think it is so much easier to understand when you can actually see what I'm talking about on my own Pinterest account. Now, I do want to share, when you are marketing on Pinterest, you will need a Pinterest business account, but it's free and super easy to set up. So maybe you haven't set up your Pinterest account, period, so you don't really have anything to clean up. This will still be something that you can apply to your Pinterest account, even if you're starting from scratch. And it's important, whether you need a cleanup or you are starting from scratch, that you're always following best practices and really focusing on keywords, since Pinterest is a search engine. I'm gonna say it again. Those keywords are how you are going to connect with your target audience on the platform. So I'm going to share more when we are looking at my profile, but I do want to mention that if you are like,
okay, Emily, you're talking about using keywords. How do I find keywords? How do I know what keywords my audience is actively searching for?
I will be sharing in the description of this video other Pinterest videos I've created over keyword research, and that will be really helpful for you to go back and watch those videos if you are wanting to learn all things Pinterest keyword research from the beginning. So I will make sure to link both of those videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and head over to my Pinterest profile so you can see what I'm talking about and what you need to clean up on your account. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so here we are inside my Pinterest account, and we are going to be checking out, like I mentioned, the cover photo, your profile picture, your profile name, and your bio. Now, this is just the beginning of cleaning up and optimizing your Pinterest account, but I think it is nice to be able to break it down and look at each part step by step. So like I mentioned, this would be something that you can apply whether you're starting from scratch or if you just need to go back and optimize things. You'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, that there are sometimes some big creators who are missing a cover photo, or where I see keywords missing that they'd want to be ranking for within their profile bio. So that's why it never hurts to just revisit things and make sure that they are fully optimized. And over time, sometimes our businesses, they grow, they adjust, they pivot, they change. And that's amazing. And it's awesome that we have that freedom in business. but it's important to keep our accounts and our profiles up to date so people know how we're serving them. And I need to practice what I preach, because as I'm looking at mine, we're first going to look at the cover photo. I recommend using your cover photo almost as a landing page, telling people the next action or step you want them to take in your funnel. So although they can't click on that link, you can tell them what you would want them to do. So for me, I was really showcasing, when I obviously created this cover photo, my free masterclass. This is actually something that I'm not focusing on very much, and I'm really focusing on serving aspiring Pinterest managers. I do have the signature course that this free training led to, but it's really not what I'm focusing on anymore within my business. So to be totally honest, I actually need to change my cover photo, but I think that this is a prime example of things can change and we need to go and revisit our accounts, whether that be social media platforms or Pinterest, and just make sure that everything is fully optimized. So you do have to take into consideration that when somebody comes across your pin through search, they might not always be going to your profile. But if they do go to your profile, it's important that you do have it fully optimized and that it's a reflection of what you are currently offering in your business and what you would want them to do. Because it does take up such a large space, especially on desktop as we're looking at it now, I do believe that it's important to tell people what you would want them to do next and utilize that space. If you are wanting to create an optimized cover photo, you want to tell people what you want them to do next, then you can create a cover photo within Canva. That's what I did with this picture. So obviously I will be updating mine, but it's super easy to do. You could even search Pinterest cover photo templates inside Canva and even have something to work off of, and then enter in your brand colors, where you'd want people to go next. You can see here I'm the face of my brand, so I do have a picture of myself, which leads to my next point, your Pinterest profile photo. A lot of people will use their logo. Some people will use a picture of themselves. I do think it's important to consider, are you the face of your brand? If you are, I like for people to use a picture of themselves, because even though Pinterest feels more, I don't want to say passive, but it's not like social media where we're interacting and commenting with people. It's definitely more introverted. What I found from idea pins, which side note, Pinterest is actually getting rid of idea pins, that people actually really like the human connection. And my idea pins, where I was speaking directly to camera, they really took off. And it was interesting because Pinterest can feel more introverted, and I wasn't used to creating content where I'm talking directly to camera for Pinterest. But when I started repurposing my social media content, that took a lot of work. And, I started putting that on Pinterest. I realized that people do appreciate and like that human connection. So all of this to say, if you are the face of your brand, I really think that you should have a profile picture of yourself. This isn't a make or break. It obviously doesn't include keywords, but I do think it makes a difference. If you are a big name brand where people just know Target and the symbol for Target, the logo, then of course you're going to have your logo as the profile picture, right? So you have to think about if you're a big name brand and people know you through your logo. So that's something to consider. But for me, when I'm working with smaller businesses where people don't really necessarily know their brand name and they are the face of their brand, I think it is nice to have that profile picture of yourself. So you can see mine here. You could also keep it cohesive from platform to platform. I've thought about changing mine so that it matches my Instagram, my YouTube. I don't think that's an absolute must, but I don't know. I kind of like consistency. Now, two pieces that are really important. We're moving on here. So we talked about cover photo, quick recap, your profile picture. Now we're looking at your profile name. Your profile name is an amazing way to, I don't want to say sneak in, but to include keywords. And one reason for that being, I already shared it, but it's worth saying again, your profile can rank in Pinterest searches. That means that when people are searching for Pinterest marketing, guided reading, healthy dinner recipes, whatever that may be, those searches, profiles can surface in those searches. So that's why it's really great to think of the most important pillar keywords you want to rank for and use them in your profile name. So when I say pillar keywords, that's typically 1 to 2 words. Long tail keywords are typically 3 to 5 words, and they're building off of those pillar keywords. So really the pillar keywords here would be Pinterest marketing. I do have and strategy, but I really want to make sure that I am ranking for Pinterest marketing. Now, I will say that as I started to pivot my business, it might make sense for me to include somewhere in here Pinterest marketing and management, or Pinterest, this is something you're actually seeing me thinking and my wheels turning in real time here, because like I mentioned earlier with my cover photo, I'm really helping people start their Pinterest management business, and that's a big focus for me right now. So it'd be nice to kind of have that somewhere in my profile name, honestly. However, I do still have Pinterest marketing, which that is what Pinterest management is. As a Pinterest manager, you are marketing on Pinterest. So there's obviously still that, connection there as well. So it's not something that's totally off base or where I haven't even included any keywords. So my name is the name of my business. It's Emily Vales LLC. So that's why I do have Emily Vales. That is literally the name of my business. And I did that so that if I did decide to pivot my business, I wasn't tied to something specifically, which was kind of nice because I started as a virtual assistant. Then I pivoted to becoming a social media manager. And then for almost 5 years now, I've been a Pinterest manager. So you can see that that was really where my heart and soul was. But having my name as my business name gave me that flexibility. And so that's why it does say Emily Vales, because that is my business name. So my website, you can see here, is literally emilyvales.com. Now that we talked about your profile name, before we move on, I would like to go ahead and show you an example of this really fast. So let's go ahead here and let's see. So I was searching for healthy dinner. So you can see, and this just comes to mind because it's a Sunday and I'm thinking about the week. I need to plan dinner. So I'm looking up healthy dinner recipes, and you can see here, there's somebody who comes up, healthy Asian dinner recipes, Downshiftology. So Downshiftology, that's a very unique business name. It's cool, but people might not know her brand, and that's okay. 97% of searches are unbranded. Maybe they do know her brand and they're searching here, but as you can see, based off of that percentage, most people are not coming to Pinterest searching for a specific brand. They're searching for inspiration over a specific topic, healthy dinner. So you can see though, in her profile name, easy, healthy recipes and dinner ideas. Even though she has easy, healthy recipes, she also specifically has dinner in there as well. And guess what my search included? Healthy dinner. So dinner mom, healthy dinner recipes plus snacks. 3 different profiles that surfaced when I was performing this search. Another reason why you should be optimizing that profile name, really important. So now we're gonna head back over to my profile, and the other piece, the last piece, very important that you wanna optimize. You want to optimize your Pinterest bio. This is another really important and powerful place to be including those keywords. So here I'm a Pinterest marketing and ad strategist, and I help business owners increase their traffic and turn it into profit through both organic and paid marketing strategies. Once again, I really focus on my students, and some things sometimes sneak up on me. This could actually be tweaked for myself, but this is good. This is important to show that not only am I not perfect, but this has actually just been a big change for me in the past 6 months. I created my Pinterest Manager Academy a year ago, but at the time I was really still working with a lot of my clients and offering done-for-you services, offering a lot of Pinterest marketing services, and now I'm really focusing more on coaching and my students. And so that can be applied, and I should be including, start your Pinterest management business, how to become a Pinterest manager, some of those other keywords, work from home. Those could all somehow be incorporated into my profile bio. Now, because I do have digital products, I do still have my signature course that are specifically for business owners. This bio is not totally off base by any means, but I could add to it for sure. So hopefully that makes sense, but it just goes to show you that as things evolve and change, it never hurts to do a little tweaking, a little tidy up, so that it's a reflection of our business and what we're currently offering. And honestly, the Pinterest management, helping people start their business, that is a huge focus for me. And to be totally honest, that's where I'm making most of my revenue. So it's important that I'm, also attracting that audience on Pinterest as well, because a lot of my pins, you can see here, turn your Pinterest passion into profit. That goes to my Pinterest management training. How I turned Pinterest management into a full-time gig. Even the first few pins you see, these specifically are leading to those free trainings and those offers that I share for people interested in becoming a Pinterest manager. So I hope you found this helpful, especially seeing it on my profile. And like I said, nobody's perfect. I'm realizing, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to, be tweaking some things, but it also shows and provides a great example of, this is what I do want you to do with your cover photo, for example, using it as a landing page, telling people what to do next, but just make sure that it's up to date. And I really do think that it's nice to lead into what you want to offer people, how you can help them. So even if, like I said, they can't click on that link, I still think that it's appropriate to fully optimize all of those pieces. So we are going to pause here. I can't wait for next week's episode. It is going to be fully loaded because we are going to be diving into Pinterest boards, but I gotta stop myself here and let's go ahead and wrap up this episode. So I hope you found this episode helpful. What I would love for you to do is let me know in the comments if this was useful, what other questions you have about optimizing your Pinterest account, and also, of course, let me know what topics you would like me to cover in the future, because the whole point of this YouTube channel is to come and serve you and give you the best Pinterest marketing tips and advice. So if there's something that you're wanting to learn more about, be sure to share that. That really helps me create content that is focused on what is going to best serve you. I would be forever grateful if you would also like this episode if you found it helpful, and of course, subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new episode. I can't wait to see you soon in next week's episode. Bye for now, friends.